On the table today, it is all about Pokemon. Wicked cool toys Pokemon.
Wicked cool squirrels?
Yeah, that too.
As long as nothing falls on my tail, okay? Ugh.
Oops, sorry about that. There is so much to show, let's get going.
I said not on the tail, please.
Of course, we have to start off with Ash Ketchum and Pikachu, a deluxe action battle feature figure. The box design really sharp on all these new toys. It was great to see such a huge launch. Looks like this toy features launching Pikachu action. On the back of the card, a quick image of the launching action. Do not aim at eyes or face, of course. Ash and Pikachu with launching action. Ash's best buddy Pikachu is an electric type Pokemon and has been Ash's constant companion since he began his adventures as a Pokemon trainer. Love the bio. It's always nice to refresh on the back of the card. And other figures available. Let's remove from package, of course, and see what the new Ash and Pikachu can do. Ash and Pikachu outside of the package. Ash is not standing very well yet.
Jeez Louise! I haven't even touched him yet.
Let's see if we can get him up on two. So far he's falling forward. It must be the action feature going on here. He's very well balanced to tip forward, unfortunately. I wish we could get larger feet, but this is Ash. He's looking very close to what we would see in the current version of Pokemon. And we've got Pikachu over here who is very squishy. A little softer than I was expecting, so that's kind of neat. Not like super squishy, but soft, I should say. Kind of like it. Maybe that's just so if he flings into your face, it's not going to hurt as bad. On Ash's arm, we've got a little pad here to launch Pikachu, so I'm thinking there's a couple different ways we can launch him on his backside or on his tummy. Where do we go with this? So it's going to go right here. We're going to pull back on the waist and the arm and then let go. Oh, that actually worked really well. I like the little hand thing they added to stabilize the throw. There's no other articulation though on this figure, it looks like. He's a pretty solid kid. Looks like there's some articulation in the head, but there's nothing in the arms or legs because it's all about the action feature. And still trying to figure out how to stand him up. Maybe if we use Pikachu a little bit. Ah, there we go. He's standing. So for our first battle feature figure, pretty good on the battle feature, not so well on the standing, good on the likeliness. I like the soft Pikachu, I want to see more. Next up, we have the Series 1 battle figures. A very collectible scale we have seen from Tommy Toys before, continued on with wicked cool toys, very good. We have some of the most currently popular Pokemon going on here with Pikachu and Poplio up front, and Rowlet and Litten on the left, plus an Alolan Rattata and a Sandygast on the right. What's on the back? On the back of the cards, we have bios for each. Lots of fine print to go through. Pikachu versus Poplio. Pikachu naturally stores up electricity in its body and it needs to discharge that energy on a regular basis to maintain good health. To take advantage of this, some have suggested creating a Pikachu-fueled power plant. And Poplio. Poplio uses the water balloons it blows from its nose in battle. It's a hard worker and puts in lots of practice creating and controlling these balloons. Rowlet versus Litten. During the day, Rowlet rests and generates energy via photosynthesis. In the night, it flies silently to sneak up on foes and launch a flurry of kicking attacks. And Litten, when it grooms its fur, Litten stores up the fur in its stomach to later launch as a fiery attacks. Trainers often have a hard time getting the solitary Pokemon to trust them. Rattata sleep during the day and spend their nights searching for the best food to bring back to the Raticate who leads them. They use their strong teeth to gnaw their way into people's kitchens. And the Sandygast, a child created a mound of sand while playing on the beach, and it becomes a Sandygast. I did some beach play this week. We got attacked by ducks. Putting your hand in its mouth is a sure way to fall prey to its mind control. And let's turn these cards around. And we must open. And we have the battle figures out of package. Whoa, and Rowlett has already charged up to fight. First impressions of these are looking pretty good. They are not as soft and squishy as the first Pikachu we just saw Ash throw. The plastic feeling a little closer to traditional plastic of action figure. Actually very close to what we saw with Tommy. However, paint quality may be down just a little bit. They are incredibly cute though, and Sandygast sure does not have to worry about falling over. Raticate stands well. Pikachu you can do either on his 4s or on his 2s. Poplio's flippers are a flip. Rowlett's all about standing well. Litten, a little bit heavy on the head. Let's really quick do a old versus new comparison. Both lines looking very similar. The new line may be a touch smaller, with paint apps a little weaker. The scale is close enough though to smoothly continue on with your Pokemon collecting. Now let's look at something a little bit larger, with the Deluxe Action Battle Feature figure Bewear, with hugging action. On the back of the card, Bewear with hugging action. Think twice before making friends with a Bewear. This super strong Pokemon might be even more dangerous to those it likes, because it tends to deliver bone-crushing hugs as a sign of affection. Bewear! Looks like we're squeezing the legs for the hug, plus other battle feature figures available. And we Bewear from package. And Bewear outside of package. Wow, what a face this guy has. Seeing this size of figure with Bewear so far looking really good. Really strong. Let's try out this feature. We've got the legs. Now we're going to open up his arms. It's almost like there's two levels of hug. Medium hug and big hug. Rotate our arms forward a little bit maybe. Now they are going to be a downward hug for sure. I love the little Mario-like tail going on there, raccoon tail. So now we just need some volunteers for a hug.
What makes you think I'm gonna volunteer for this?
I don't know, you're the one who walked out.
Well, I'm certainly not gonna volunteer for this.
Well, Barry, you certainly just walked into this.
Hey!
Well, looky there, Bewear got you too. Those arm pinchers are pretty tight to hold on to a battle figure and or squirrel. And I suppose to let go of said squirrels, push the legs in together. Okay then.
It was kind of warm and fuzzy. Not bad at all, Bewear.
So yeah, I think this one worked out pretty well. Let's grab a Pikachu. Oh, this is the first one, a little squishier Pikachu. Hold in arm. Grab out a Poplio. And there we go, holding on tight. For the most part, Pikachu's gonna hold a little tighter because of the plastic being a little squishier. Poplio's a little tricky because he's got flippers everywhere. There we go. And release. Oh, we're already at full capacity, so you kind of wiggle the legs. There we go. I like you, Bewear. Not a bad toy. And we have Decidueye to look at. Oh look, Rowlett's really happy. Decidueye featuring arrow launching action. On the back of the card, Decidueye, a natural marksman. Decidueye can shoot its arrow quills with astonishing precision, hitting a tiny target 100 yards away. It tends to be calm and collected, but sometimes panics if it's caught off guard. Who's a fan of Decidueye? Leave a note in the comments. And launching out of the package. And Decidueye outside of package. One of the reasons I kind of wasn't too excited about this one is the over-dramatic action pose. I tend to like my action figures in sort of a general standing pose, kind of like how Bewear was standing. However, if you're a big Decidueye fan, this might be the figure for you. The figure is astonishingly layered, and the wings look so precision cut out of the plastic. Well, let's test out this action feature. Drop in a feather. Whoa, very, very touchy. All right, oh, And shot again. Oh, ugh, yikes, sorry about that. So Decidueye, very touchy. And if you're looking for articulation, there is a little bit in the shoulders, and that helps calm down the crazy action stance. There's some joints on the hips as well, however there's not too much to do to position them. Good claws on the figure though. So that's Decidueye, almost a glorified version of a Happy Meal toy. And now a few more battle figures to look at. We have a Matang, an Alolan Muck, and a Wobbuffet. I always want to say Wobbuffet though. And at the back of the cards we have Matang. Matang is formed when two Beldum combine. This doubles their psychic power, but does not boost their intelligence. Matang is always seeking magnetic minerals, and is particularly drawn to Nosepass. Alolan Muck looks interesting. Muck's bright and colorful markings are the result of chemical changes in its body, caused by its diet of all sorts of garbage. It's generally a pleasant, friendly companion, but if it gets hungry, it can turn destructive. I like this one a lot. Relying on its powers of endurance, Wobbuffet prefers not to attack unless a foe goes after its tail, then it unleashes a powerful counter-strike. Oh darn, it looks like the Alolan Muck has escaped. Well, hopefully I can find that guy. It really looked cool. Well, let's open Matang and Wobbuffet while we're here. And Matang and Wobbuffet out of package. Matang is an interesting figure to look at first. Kind of like a little metallic UFO with arms, eyes, a big metal pointy nose. We've got articulation in these arms though. Looks like we have pin hinges on them, so you can give them quite a bit of movement and then maybe even help him stand up a little bit. The plastic on this guy feels pretty solid. I like how heavy this inner piece is. As per Wobbuffet, kind of a large hunk of plastic going on. I don't think there's much to move. Well, we do have an arm, and it's kind of in this salute position, or maybe feed me. And then this arm here rotates around. Very, very hingy. And I don't think that's about it. Oh, we've got a little bit on the tail too. And there's the eyes on Wobbuffet's tail. So kind of an interesting approach to the toy. I kind of wish there was something else to him, but I'm not really sure what to say something else could be. Now if I could just find that Alolan Muck. One more deluxe action battle feature figure to look at today, Swim Action Lapras. Lapras were once nearly wiped out by human activity, but thanks to legal protection, these friendly and intelligent Pokemon are now flourishing. Their lovely singing voices can often be heard near the water when they're having a good day. So there's some sort of action feature with a lot of arrows involved. Okay, Lapras, outside you go. And Lapras outside of the box looking splashy. I really like the uniqueness of this figure, probably one of my favorites. So how do we get the Lapras to do its thing? Looks like it's a pullback racer perhaps. See wheels on the bottom, complicated, not. Well, that Lapras rolls remarkably well. Geared just at the right gear, I suppose, and not very noisy too as it rolls. So the front wheel does the flippers, and the back wheels are very tight, and they're gonna do the travel, and you can kind of rev it up and crash it into the back wall. That's a really well done battle feature, works remarkably well, and a very nice looking Lapras figure. Now if we can get Ash to just ride up on top, he can get to the next region. We will finish off with Clip and Go, Pikachu, and Pokeball. Take them everywhere. These were quite common in the previous series, so it's good to see these continuing on. Kind of a perfect time-tested idea. Looks like there's other clip and go figures like Eevee and Rockruff and a few others to look for. There's also a select collection of some of the battle figures, so look out for those. They have a display case. On the back of the box, clip, carry, and battle. Need I say more? As for the others available, I like how they chose some uncommons in there too to find. Okay, let's pop out of package. And outside of the package with Pikachu and its Pokeball. Another great looking Pikachu with attitude to look at. As for the clip and go Pokeball, I see a clip on the bottom, of course. And that should be able to clip into anything pretty easily, I suppose. And pop in our Pokemon. And we're ready for travel. Kinda wish you could flip him out. You kinda pull back on this clip and the top opens up. And then I guess maybe if you're quick, you can flip him out. That'll take some practice though. Well, I think we found the Alolan muck that wanted your Pokeball, Pikachu.
Pika Pika!
I like that Alolan muck. Looks like it has one articulated arm to work with. And there is what we saw today from Wicked Cool Toys Pokemon 2018. What a great introduction for the new series. I think my favorite two to play with from this series was the Lapras and the Bewear. Good balance of battle feature and figure. And all the little battle figures are a good continuation of the Pokemon toy line.
Yeah, all these look pretty good. Hey, my tail!
Pokemon Wicked Cool Toys Battle Feature Figures, Battle Figures, and Clip and Go figures arrive on store shelves fall 2017 and run at various prices of availability. If you have to catch them all, this is the new series to find, as right out of the Pokeball, there is a lot to look for. Just be careful not to give that Bewear too much of a hug, or your body may be as slimy as an Alolan muck. That's what I have to say about that.
If the Alolan muck ate squirrel garbage, it would grow a tail. Thanks for watching Squirrel Stampede. Please like, share, subscribe.
I want Bewear hugs. Please follow Squirrel Stampede on Instagram.
Bewear!